Greetings, rebellious generals. This is Stay Alert, playing the CSA on Major General difficulty and version 1.28.4 of the JMP mod. First, thank you for taking the time to check out any of my materials related to the game. I hope that you find something to help you achieve success in your own campaigns. Be aware that Colonel, Brigadier General, and Major General difficulties all share an AI profile. Legendary has its own profile. Therefore, things that you see me do should easily translate to lower difficulties, but may not work in Legendary or be suboptimal. I put my career point from Ambush into AO. Schweitzer got his 1 star at the battle, so I gave him an accuracy perk. I increased all infantry units to 1,500 except for Thoburn, who gets 1,600. Thoburn is going to be in the heavy fighting at Stay Alert, so I gave him another 100 men. Vinton was killed and his replacement is already taking an efficiency hit, so I left him at 517. I increased Owen to 500 and Hobson to 536. I topped off Cabell, Preston, and Scribner from any lost artillerymen. I made a new smoothbore unit with Captain Brooke. I increased my supply to 15,000 and I head out to the battle. The Union AI received 14,800 new recruits after the last fight. We can take 13 units to Stay Alert. The Corps Deploy screen lists 19,944 and 63 guns for the AI, and 12,223 and 48 guns for us. As always, actual numbers may be different depending on unit splits. We start out with 9 units on the field and 4 that come in as reinforcements. I'll start with my 5 1-star infantry brigades and all 4 artillery. That leaves my cav and 1 infantry to come in about an hour. To me, managing the hot corner is the biggest trick to success in this battle. I've given Thoburn an extra 100 men, so he's getting to start at the most difficult spot to hold. Early on isn't bad, but once the Union infantry reinforcements come rolling in, Thoburn will take a beating. I will rotate Jackson with Thoburn at times to take some pressure off so nobody routs. Jackson is also right there, but that fortification gives him cover from fire in both directions. When you hover over the fortifications, you see the blue outline of where the troops will deploy. Jackson will be in an L-shaped fortification, and I want Thoburn right on the end of the L to extend that line and avoid blocking either unit from firing north or west. My smoothbore artillery batteries will be up close and personal, delivering as much fire as they can sustain, even if I lose some guns. If your smoothbores are not close enough to take fire, then they're too far away to be of any use, and you may as well be using rifled guns at that point. Once Kemper and Siegfried fend off any units coming in from the north, they can begin supporting Thoburn and Jackson more, and that will start my counteroffensive later. Detached skirmishers are invaluable here to help fend off AI carbine cav, so my infantry can focus on the bigger threats coming from the north and west. The early engagement is just dealing with the Cav. If the AI had more brains, it would send all of the southern units to the far east and come up from behind and start to raise hell when its infantry came in, but it doesn't do that. Schweitzer and the Skirmishers, which sounds like the name of a rock band, they beat up the AI Cav well enough that my reinforcements clean them out quickly once they arrive. Marsh is a good-sized 2-star unit, so I'll focus most of my artillery on him for the moment. Hare is charging, so I need to shift fire over to him. Now Marsh is coming too. It will be good to route both of these to use up some condition before his reinforcements arrive. I've mentioned before the one-step back trick to cancel a charge only has a chance of working in the mod if you have lots of support units to back you up, and I have plenty here. That puts both his stock units sitting in canister range ready to be lit up. Marsh is charging again since cancel charges in the mod have a very short cooldown. So I'll try it again and see if my artillery can change his mind. Dude, you're not supposed to be down this far. The boogeyman will get you going off on your own like this. Get your butt back up here where it's sort of safe. Siegfried's skirmishers are just having a good old time slicing up Ingersoll's cav unit. They have 244 kills by themselves so far. These fortifications are not bad compared to other battles, but I'm going to swap out Schweitzer skirmishers with Jacksons for a bit. Marsh is sitting back there recovering morale. We know that AI must recover 50% of its morale before it can charge again. Since there are 6 levels of condition, from routing up to heroic, I mistakenly assumed that 50% recovery was between steady and confident. However, in a recent conversation with Pandakraut, I learned that the 6 levels are not equally weighted, and wavering is a large chunk, so 50% recovery is at the top end of wavering just before steady. So you should assume that any AI infantry unit that's steady or above can likely charge again. Hare is on his way back. Most of what I can see is wavering or routing, which is right where I want them. Even if they're close in shooting, their efficiency is going to be horrible with morale that low. My infantry are all fresh and heroic right now. They're going to need to be when the AI gets its reinforcements soon. I can probably start cheating Kemper and Siegfried to the west a bit. I'd like to make a move on his artillery, but I don't want to get caught out of place when those other AI units appear. Tuttle's skirmishers are here and heroic. His parent unit must be just behind him. My Cav will first eliminate the AI Cav and then get into position to support against incoming charges. The AI Cav are pretty whipped already, so this should be quick. Marsh is coming, and Tuttle and Wraith will be 100% healthy. MacArthur is back there too. That should be all of his units now. Barring any splits, the AI has 4 Cav, 2 dedicated skirmishers, 5 infantry, and 3 artillery at this battle. And down goes another melee Cav officer of mine. Okay, the AI Cav are gone. I need to get my Cav on this left flank to repel charges when the fresh AI units decide to take the plunge. Man, MacArthur is a big boy. This might get interesting. He is charging Thoburn, but Jackson's fortification's in the path. I can't flank directly with my cav due to his skirmishers, so I'll need to try to get out in front. Yep, he's getting sucked into Jackson. Jackson is routing, so I'll shift Schweitzer over. I don't want my cav to charge due to the potential for flanking shots, and Wraith is making his run. I have one infantry reinforcement to help on this left flank. Wraith should take a pretty good pounding now. I'll put Thulburn in the fortification. Hare is wavering, so Siegfried and Kemper can press him out of there. Tuttle is the only healthy infantry unit the AI has right now, so I think I can send my Cav to move on the artillery with my skirmishers. I want to push Hare back and take Timony's artillery, and that will collapse most of that flank. Jackson has recovered a bit, so I can move all three of these guys forward to the next wood line. I want to take Timony, but those other two batteries are pretty big and undamaged. And now I have infantry coming north to fire on my Cav. His artillery and one infantry are worried about my Cav on the north, and Tuttle is preoccupied with my detached skirmishers in the south, so my infantry and artillery units are free to press forward in force at the moment. This feels like a stalemate with the infantry in cover, so I'm going to pull my cav out and see what else I can do with them. Timony is starting to fire on Siegfried. I want to get that over as soon as possible. My cav are going to take some hits, but I'll see how fast I can hit and run. This also lets Siegfried, Kemper, and Jackson advance unopposed. Timony shattered, and I captured the other two. Tuttle is finally charging into a wall of fire. There's still plenty of time. I need to move my smoothbores up to support. I think Hare is the next target. I'm trying to decide if I should let Siegfried and Kemper go after MacArthur in the north, or keep everybody together for now. Hobson took a lot of damage, but Vitten and Owen don't look bad for now anyway. If the AI isn't going to use the woods, I will. Marsh is going to isolate himself by going after the artillery. He might make a good target if I can rout him first. I'm just going to send them all. I'm tired of getting flanked sitting here shooting. Marsh shattered. Who's next? You can't be first, but you can always be next. take out the skirmisher and see about routing the rest of the infantry. Schweitzer's been killed. I have Hare and Wraith. I need to see where MacArthur is hiding and take the rest of these guys. Vinton got too close. I didn't mean to do that. I don't know if Hobson can charge through that skirmisher, but I'm going to chance it. Tuttle went down and MacArthur is out of cover, probably heading towards the artillery. I'll grab these wagons, finish off the skirmisher, and send everyone north. I'm not sure if I have time to get MacArthur, but I'm going to try it. Kemper and Siegfried are fresh, so I'll probably just send them and see what happens. just missed it. Should have charged a minute earlier. There's no Union commander listed. I had 524 killed, 1,466 wounded, and 247 missing. The AI had a total of 8,890 killed and 5,340 captured. Losing multiple officers before Shiloh hurts a bit. Got a bunch of Sharps from the AI Cav along with some Napoleons and Ordnance rifles. Thank you so much for spending some of your valuable time watching today. I hope you found something useful for your own campaigns, and I wish you much success, Generals.